This is CBS Sports HQ Draft Special presented by AT&T, and we now take a look at the AFC North, beginning with none other than the Cincinnati Bengals with the top overall pick in the NFL Draft the year 2020. The worst-kept secret in America, Joe Burrow, goes #1 after the record-setting season at LSU. They immediately go and get Burrow a target. T. Higgins out of Clemson. Those two know a thing or two about one another, and they'll now find themselves in Cincinnati to then go to the defensive side of the ball. Perhaps a little bit of protection for Joe Burrow with pick 180. Pete Prisco, Brady Quinn here to break down the AFC North, and we begin with the Bengals. Obviously, Joe Burrow goes #1 overall, an A+, a shining grade across the board from most everyone. But beyond that, the Cincinnati Bengals have had to put together a draft board that will now service Burrow and the rest of that team as they try and build up. How much did they get done, Pete, over this three-day span?
I think they've had a great draft, and quite frankly, the scouting staff gets a lot of heat because people think they don't have a big scouting staff, but Duke Tobin does a really good job. They drafted very well, and this is another example of that. You know, it started with Burrow. I think he's a slam dunk. T. Higgins will give them another big receiver outside, kind of to go with A.J. Green. And then you keep going. Logan Wilson, a linebacker I really love, was fantastic out of Wyoming. Akeem Davis-Gaither, another one who can run. They needed to upgrade the linebacker position, and they did. Look, the Bengals are going to be a good football team. It won't happen this year, but watch out next year.
Well, Pete, I mean, you called it that they're going to win a Super Bowl. I mean, so just go ahead and get it out there, buddy. I mean, at some point here, you think that's going to happen, right? I'll move on talking about some of the other draft.
It'll happen in...
Pete, go ahead. We got to get your rebuttal here.
It's happening. The Bengals will win a Super Bowl with Joe Burrow at quarterback in the next decade. There it is. Put that out there. Save it, clip it, put it everywhere. The Bengals will win a Super Bowl with Joe Burrow.
10 years to hold you to that. Okay, I just needed the time frame and the duration that we were talking here. Okay, so 10 years. Let's talk about this draft class, though. Pete touched on some of the earlier round picks. Logan Wilson at the spot in the 3rd round. To be honest with you, I really thought Akeem Davis-Gaither would go before him if that's how you're going to take these two linebackers. But the fact that they get both, to me, is a huge get. Their defense needed help. That's why I also liked Khalid Kareem. Not necessarily a guy that's going to go in, I think, as a starter right away, but a rotational player. He's just all-around solid. I mean, that's what you saw over the course of his career at Notre Dame. He's a leader in the locker room. He was good against the run. Good with a bull rush, too, in the passing game. Not quite as twitchy as his counterpart, Julian Okwara at Notre Dame, but still a solid pick of a guy that I think is going to play for a long time in the NFL. Quite possibly my favorite draft pick based on his skill set, if he can stay healthy, is Marcus Bailey, the linebacker out of Purdue. He will immediately help out this team on special teams. He does have the athleticism, the ability to run. He's incredibly long and lengthy, good dropping into coverage, good blitzing as well. He just needs to stay healthy. If he continues to develop, he could be a sneaky find in this draft for the Bengals. So I like what they did. They got their quarterback. They got a potential replacement or an addition to A.J. Green, depending on what happens after the franchise tag. And they also got some guys that I think are going to help them out on defense.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.